What's up everyone, and welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking a little bit about the gaming industry and also just the entertainment industry as well for today's video. But here's the thing, if you've clicked on this video not knowing that I am a gaming content creator when it comes to car games, then now you know because you see it in the background. So the gameplay in the background is not going to have anything to do with what I'm talking about, but the point still stands and I will still continue to make my point and bring it across. Like I said, I just wanted a bit of gameplay in the background, and since I do a lot of car gaming content, that's what the whole background is going to be pretty much for today's video. But I want to talk a little bit about the state of the gaming industry, and like I said, just the entertainment industry even in general, when it comes to new stuff being released nowadays and how it's being perceived and how people are not liking it. It's just not going great, and I think it's over the past 10 years that obviously we've all noticed a change or a shift a little bit into whatever's going on nowadays. So over however many years ago, before the internet was massive and everything's been put online and everybody has their own opinions being plastered everywhere, of course, back when I was a kid, internet was pretty small. You know, we'd go on it every now and then, very slow internet connection, dial-up, all that sort of stuff. But when we played games at that time, it was more about creating something that's fictional that you kind of wanted to play to escape reality, right? Like you'd go in, you'd be like, I want to play some GTA, I'll go around and commit crimes and all that sort of stuff, but obviously in my real life, I'm going to go ahead and, you know, go to work, go to school, do whatever, have all of that be separate to the entertainment side of things, right? Whatever, even book, fictional, film, shows, anything like that, even video games, is an escape from the real world, right? That's obvious to the majority of the people in this world. We don't want something that's very similar to real life in terms of, obviously, you know, you can create games still, you can make like, you know, dumb simulator games where it's just funny to, like, let's say play like a, I don't know, I want to be like the garbage truck simulator or whatever, you know, I want to go collect garbage for whatever reason. It's a funny thing to do, and it's a funny game to make, but, you know, it's still not real, right? None of it is real. Watching a film is not real, right? Playing a game, it's not real. It's supposed to be an entertainment thing that happens. Like, it's a pastime. It's something that you do in your spare time to enjoy yourself. Of course, nowadays, it's come to a point where instead of just creating a game to sell and for people to enjoy, or even a movie or a show or whatever, we're having a lot of this pushing of an agenda onto people, because it's so easy to push it onto a massive amount of people, making it a huge, I guess, recipient of this whatever you're trying to push out, because it's easy for people to buy the game, or it's easy for people to go to the cinema and watch a movie, right? It's so easy for someone to kind of grab this information that you're trying to put out to them. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad or whatever, or if you think it's right and other people think it's wrong, but it's so easy to do it through entertainment. And we see it a lot in games, we see it a lot in movies and in shows, and I think over the past, I'll say, year or two now, we've kind of seen a shift where people are really hating this whole pushing an agenda, this whole, you know, diversity, inclusivity, all that sort of stuff, being basically the main and the center of attention in a lot of these shows and games and all that sort of stuff. Instead of focusing on a good storyline, a good plot line, a good building of a character, a good even game, right? And just getting rid of the whole factor of having a good game, we're kind of being pushed towards, I guess, feeding into this whole, you know, information that we just don't really care about. And it's something that it's so obvious to us if we pay attention to it. Of course, a lot of people are. Like I said, over the past year or so, if not over the past couple of years, we've been noticing all this information that's being pushed on us, and we just don't really care about it. And it shows how poorly the games and the films and the shows have become because of it. And we can see it in all sorts of reviews and all sorts of ratings that we see for a lot of games. You know, we see games dying immediately. We see films that are being rated very poorly. We see shows that are rated very poorly being cancelled after the first season, all that sort of stuff. There's so many different instances of this happening, and honestly, it still baffles me that still to this day we're still pushing this sort of thing. And again, I'm not anti anything, right? I'm not anti diversity, I'm not anti inclusivity. I think they should all be a part of games, they should all be a part of entertainment, should all be a part of movies, anything, whatever. That is perfectly fine. I've never had an issue with any of that sort of stuff, but if you make it the center of attention, if you make it the focus of whatever it is that you're doing, instead of, like I said, creating a good plotline, creating a good character, you know, building on a character, creating gameplay wise, if you're talking about games, you know, focusing on making sure that the game runs well, the game actually plays well, there's, like I said, a good story behind it, there's like, we need people to realize that the entertainment value does not come from pushing an agenda onto people. It actually forces people to hate the product that you create by, like I said, pushing this agenda onto people. Again, like I said, I'm not anti anything. I think we should have all this sort of stuff in games and in movies and all that sort of stuff. It just does not need to be the center of attention. And if you try to build a film or a show or a game around this center point of an agenda or inclusivity or whatever you want to try and call it, and push it onto people, it will bomb. And it's been seen now time and time again over the past few years that the films and the shows and the games and everything have been taking a massive shit, basically, on their audience. I feel like the audience just, you go to try and enjoy something that is just unenjoyable at this point. And it shows in games and the quality of games as well. If you go back just to the games part itself, it shows in the quality of games. It feels like their focus is shifted greatly from creating a good product. I want to be able to play a game. Like, I want to be able to hop on a game and enjoy it and play it for hours and hours and hours on end. That is the sole focus of a video game, right? I want to be able to hop on it and play it for as long as I possibly can. I've seen people that were commenting and saying that GTA 6 might not be good because of this whole thing that's happening now, because they might get rid of maybe some violence, maybe they're trying to make it way too realistic, they're trying to get rid of a bunch of different types of things. And I'm here like thinking to myself, I'm like, this is a video game, this is not real life, right? You can use and implement real life things to a game, like you can have real life scenarios that maybe have happened before or whatever, but again, at the end of the day, it's not real. It's an escape from the realism of the world. It's an escape from your 9-to-5 job. It's an escape from school or whatever. It's just for entertainment value alone, right? So you trying to force stuff onto people, again, it makes it so the whole point of you escaping reality, the whole point of you trying to get away from the negativeness, the conflicts that you see around the world and all that sort of stuff, and you go into a video game and you want to just, I don't know, you want to just drive around recklessly, or you want to go ahead and do some races in an online video game like this, or you want to go play Minecraft, or you want to go play whatever. It's an escape from the real world. And I don't want real world politics and real world scenarios to be pushed as an agenda in video games. And I think, like I said, that it's been a couple of years now, but people are starting to realize how it's negatively impacting the games, right? That is just negatively impacting the quality of the game, because this is forced on us. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know if I'm correct. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you see me as anti something. I don't know what you can come up with, anti anything. But I'm just seeing it, or I'm just saying it how I'm seeing it, pretty much. And it just it kind of hurts me, because growing up with video games, I've always played a lot of different types of video games. I still have a lot of my PlayStation 1 games. I probably still have like some Game Boy games and stuff like that. Like, I've grown up playing video games forever, and it's sad to see that it's gone from just having some fun pixels on the screen, just messing around and playing games just for fun. And it's the same with movies. It's just, they don't make good movies anymore. It's so hard. Like, I haven't had the urge to go and watch a movie in the cinema for years. I think Oppenheimer was the last film that I went and I watched in the cinemas, and before that it was, I'm pretty sure, Logan. That was the last movie before Oppenheimer that I went to watch in the cinema. That's how scarcely I've been going to watch a new film. Like, it just doesn't interest me to go and watch any sort of new movies out. And like I said, it's not just me, because I've seen a lot of people talk about the same thing that I'm talking about online. And like I said, I don't know, it just seems to me like we're taking a downturn. I do hope that there is a big shift in the entertainment world, and I do hope that there is a big shift in video games as well, and we can hopefully go back to the way it was, where people and game developers and all that sort of stuff, instead of focusing on making the most amount of money and pushing some sort of agenda onto people, they go back to making good content, hopefully. But we'll see that in the future. I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon or not, but I hope it will, because we are in dire need of some sort of a positive change. Let me know what you guys think of this video. Let me know if if I was correct, if I'm incorrect. Maybe you want to correct me on some things here and there. Let me know down in the comments below. Like I said, this is a discussion. No need to be aggressive or anything. No need to be confrontational. It's all, like I said, just a big discussion. So if you disagree with me, you can disagree with me. Maybe I'm wrong in your eyes, which is perfectly fine. It's always normal to have differing opinions to others. So if your thought process or whatever is different to mine, then that is perfectly fine. But let me know down in the comments below what you think. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, everybody. I really do hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.